Welcome back to Chat Like a Native. So if you've ever felt that frustrating gap between what you want to say in English and what actually comes out,
Hmm.
where your speech just feels slow or, disconnected, this is for you.
Right.
Today we're going to look at the secret connections that native speakers use to link their ideas. We call them thought chains.
And learning this will help you keep up with any conversation,
Yep.
making your English flow so much more naturally.
Yeah, we'll break down 4 core patterns and give you some instant practice drills, all in under 15 minutes.
That's the plan. The whole goal is to stop thinking in separate sentences.
And start connecting ideas.
Basically, we're building a thought chain. Let's start with a really important word for that. It's for showing contrast. The word is however.
Okay, however.
It's so useful. But the pronunciation is key. A lot of learners stress the wrong part. So just repeat after me. However.
How easier.
Yeah, that stress on the EV is the signal. It tells your listener an opposite idea is coming. It's a powerful little tool.
Okay, so let's get into why this is such a problem for so many people. It's something we call the translation trap.
Hmm. And it's not just about words. It's about how much work it makes your brain do.
Right.
When you translate, your brain is running this four-step marathon for every single sentence. It's exhausting.
A marathon. Okay, so what are the 4 steps?
Well, first you think of the idea in your own language. Then you translate the words. Then you have to fix the English grammar. And only then can you actually say the sentence.
And by that point, the conversation is like 2 miles down the road.
Exactly. And your speech sounds choppy. It sounds like you're reading a list of bullet points.
Right. I like my job. The people are nice. The commute is long.
Perfect example.
Uh-huh.
The ideas are separate. The solution is to stop translating and start using a pattern, a blueprint. That's the thought chain.
So it's like a little map for your ideas. Like idea leads to reason, leads to a result.
Yes, and that reduces the brain work massively. Let's show a clear example. Let's say someone asks you why you like working from home. Version A, the translation trap version, might sound like this. I like working from home. The office is noisy. I waste time commuting.
Very disconnected.
Now listen to version B, using a thought chain. I like working from home because the office is noisy. Also, I waste a lot of time commuting, so I can focus much better at home.
Oh, that flows. It's a real explanation. I can hear the connections.
And that's our first pattern. Opinion, reason, result. The simple structure is just. I think X because Y. So Z. You just plug in your ideas.
And you can reuse that for anything. I enjoy small teams because communication is easier, so projects move faster.
You've got it.
Yeah.
That's thinking in patterns.
Okay, let's try it now. You give me a topic.
All right. Apply that pattern to I prefer online courses. So opinion, reason, and result.
Okay. I prefer online courses because I can learn at my own pace. So I can rewatch the videos if I don't understand something.
Perfect. See, you just follow the blueprint, the structure was there, and you just dropped your facts in. It sounded completely natural.
That does feel a lot easier than starting from scratch. So to build these chains, we need some tools, right?
Absolutely, we need a toolkit. And we basically group them into 2 families. Think of them as the oil and the bones of your speech.
The oil and the bones. I like that analogy. Let's start with the oil.
Okay, the oil, these are what we call discourse markers. They're common little words like, well, right, okay, anyway.
Words I hear all the time.
Right. They don't really change the main meaning, but they make your speech so much smoother. They're the oil in the conversation machine.
So, like, if I need a second to think, I can say, well, let me see.
Yes. Or if you want to change the topic, you say, anyway, about that meeting tomorrow. They give you thinking time and help you manage the conversation.
They reduce the friction. Got it. Okay, what about the bones?
The bones are your linking expressions. These are the words that show the logical connection, the actual structure. Words like but, however, because. So, for example,
So they're the skeleton holding the ideas together.
that's it. And with them, we can build our second pattern, point contrast. This is for talking about good things and bad things, which, we do all the time.
Okay, how does that work?
2 main ways. For a short idea, you can just use but in the middle of a sentence. Like, working in a big company is stable, but it can feel impersonal.
1 sentence. Simple.
But if the ideas are a bit bigger or you really want to emphasize the contrast, you make 2 sentences. And you start the second one with, however.
Okay, so the salary is good. However, the workload is intense.
Exactly. The linker at the start of the sentence is a huge signal to your listener.
Let's try a quick substitution drill on that. So, listeners, take this sentence. I love the summer, but it's too hot.
Now, how would you say that using on the other hand? Remember, you'll need to make it two sentences.
Pause ones, it would be, I love the summer. On the other hand, it's too hot.
Nailed it. Being able to swap those linkers is a sign you're really thinking in Haynes.
Okay, so we have these patterns and tools, but it's still hard to break that old translation habit. What are the big mistakes people make when they try to switch?
Right, there are three common pitfalls. The first one is just processing overload.
Meaning your brain is just doing way too much at once.
Yeah, you're trying to translate the entire idea, find the words, fix the grammar, and then you still have to find the right linker. Your brain just gets exhausted.
What's the fix?
Don't translate the whole idea. Just start with the English pattern first.
Yeah.
Literally say the phrase, I think X because, out loud. That becomes your template, and then you just plug in the simple facts. It takes so much pressure off.
Okay, that makes sense. What's mistake number 2?
Mistake 2 is confusing linker usage. This is what we saw earlier with a word like therefore. Some languages use one word for both a casual result and a formal one.
So you end up sounding way too formal in a casual chat.
Exactly. The fix is to just stick to the most common everyday linkers. For speaking, that's almost always and, also, but, because, and so. Keep it simple.
Good rule of thumb. And the last mistake.
Wrong word order. In some languages, you can put the linking word in different places. But in English, for clarity, we usually put the signal right at the front of the clause.
You front load it.
You front load it. The fix here is to consciously practice starting sentences with those linkers. For example, my last job, or however I disagree. You have to train your mouth to put that signal first.
It's all about making it a habit. Okay, I think it's time for a quick quiz to see if these ideas are sticking. Just 3 questions.
Let's do it.
Question 1. What's the main problem with using translation while you're speaking English?
And the answer is that it causes processing overload. It just makes your brain work too hard.
Question 2. Which word do you use to change the topic smoothly? Is it because, however, or anyway?
That would be anyway. That's one of those oil words, a discourse marker.
Perfect. Last one. Connect these 2 facts using so to show a result. Yesterday, I missed the bus. I was late for work.
Yesterday, I missed the bus, so I was late for work. Simple cause and effect.
Great. If you got those right, you're on the right track. So let's just recap the key takeaways.
Okay, 3 final steps to get this working for you. First, takeaway 1. Practice patterns, not single words. Use those structures, like opinion, reason, result, as your templates.
Don't build from scratch every time.
Exactly. Takeaway 2. Use your toolkit. Remember the oil words like well and anyway for flow, and the bones words like but and because for logic.
And what's the last takeaway?
Takeaway 3 is to practice every day with what we call the instant link drill. Just take 2 simple facts and connect them with 3 different linkers. For example, because, however, and so.
Okay, and we have a 60-second challenge for you to do right after this. Use that sequence pattern first, second, finally, to describe 3 things you need to do tomorrow. Say it out loud and really stress those linking words.
That's it. Building these thought chains is, I think, the fastest way to really start thinking in English.
Absolutely. And we really encourage you to start a little thought chain notebook. Just write down the patterns. I think X because Y, so Z and collect examples you hear. It really helps to make that mental shift.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Join us next time when we'll look at how to use softening language, like to be honest, to give opinions politely, especially at work.